good, everybody? It's your boy VIRGO SA, and this is the 015 Voice Podcast. And today we are with Kurhula KC, where she will be telling us everything that she does, her hustle, and whatever you want to know about KC. KC,
Hi everybody, my name is Kurhula Ndlovu. I'm Miss Teenager South Africa Finalist 2023. I am a mental health activist for men, an entrepreneur in the rising. So yeah, that is just me. And yeah, everybody knows me as Casey, so don't be scared to call me Casey.
Okay, so since the topic of the day, I might say it's mental health. Why did you choose for a man while you're a woman?
Oh, okay. That is a very good question. What I noticed is that a lot of attention is given to women when it comes to mental health
Yeah.
in general. And I felt like, everybody is the same. We're all human. We all go through stuff.
Exactly.
Sometimes it's really similar. So I felt like I should just open up a space for men to actually have that freedom to be human and actually be open about their feelings even more.
Oh, okay. How did you come to realize that men are not getting like that attention?
That attention.
Yeah.
Well, from my experiences, I actually was depressed once upon a time in my life. I got
Yeah.
to get like attention, like I said, really,
Yeah.
really quickly. And then I had a friend who was a guy,
Yeah.
and actually it was hard for him to speak out because, yeah, it was really hard for him. I don't know why,
Yeah.
but I got to realize when I actually sat down and actually thought about it, and I'm like, wow, it's really hard for guys to actually
Yeah.
speak
Exactly.
out.
For like a guy,
Mhm.
even if you go to the therapy or whatever they call it,
Yeah.
they'll just tell you cry the pain out. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't make sense. So for a man and how we grow up, I think yeah, it's right. Men, we don't speak up.
Yeah.
Even if you have a close friend, but you don't speak up. So for me, it's surprising me because you are a woman and you get to like notice these kind of things.
Yeah.
And have you also realized like the loss of most laws don't like accommodate men? Have you ever came
Definitely.
across all that?
Yeah.
Okay, so to you, what is mental health?
Mental health, it's like the stability of your 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 mental being.
Yeah.
It's more like your spiritual being, but in the brain sense, I can put it like that. Well, it is driven actually with
Yeah.
you by your emotions and how a person really thinks intellectually and stuff like that. You can be in a very bad space which can affect literally everything in your life. So one of the most important parts of a human being is their mental health, if I should put it like that.
What can you do without your mental? I don't
Nothing.
know much about mental health, but since it mentions mental, come on, you cannot do anything you cannot do anything without using your mental. So
Definitely.
how do you prevent such things?
One way to prevent it, there's no way to prevent it actually. Wait, let me put it like this. Everybody goes through stuff, né? Like I
Yeah.
said. Once you go through something, it affects you mentally, some way, somehow. It depends on how strong you are
Yeah.
intellectually and how strong you are taking it. But some people kind of like cover it up like men usually do,
Yeah.
which is something that is not good. It could really affect your entire life in
Yeah.
general, because checking the rates of suicide in South Africa, it's actually the men that are actually killing themselves more, and GBV violence and all of those kind of things, it's actually caused by unstable mental health in men. So this is how strict, or let me just say how serious this issue really is. Yeah.
So how do you think like we can change that? How do you think we can change like those kind of things?
One way to change it is actually engaging yourself in such activism like my map movement.org. I started this movement for them, for males actually, people like you, to actually have like an open space to be themselves. I actually offer a free space for them to be vulnerable as much as they could be. I feel like it's a good thing. That is one way they can prevent it. Not just talking to somebody, but actually talking to other guys about the situation that you're going through without being judged, without people saying that it's a feminine thing. Yeah.
Yes, very true. So if people wanna follow you, like since you mentioned you have your own what did you say? You have your own
Campaigns.
campaign. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So how do they get you or get to that campaign?
Well, they can contact me using my Instagram. She is at KC4
Yeah.
on Instagram, and then on Facebook, I'm actually Kurhula KC.
Yeah.
So yeah, if there's my number, I think you're gonna put it on your
Yeah. For
But-
sure, we're gonna get it posted.
definitely.
So, what do you think is the reason men don't speak out as like women? What do you think are like the reasons?
Society. We live in a very brutal society.
Yeah.
You are told that in Dota Aikali, first thing of all,
Yeah.
you are told that a man is that one person who has to like embrace everything, forgetting that y'all are human, which is
Yeah.
really surprising. Yeah, you're a man, you're the heads, we get that, but sometimes you should, be
Yeah.
human in some parts.
Yeah.
Once upon a time, you were a baby, vulnerable as a baby girl was.
Yeah.
I get that, and I just feel like everybody should just get that into their minds and just stop, the whole thing of just sidelining them just because of a gender relation or something like that.
And Bukala is a baby.
Exactly. You were crying as a baby. Why are you not allowed to cry now?
Makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense. So, what causes in most of the time, like, okay, what causes like the most, like most people, what causes them to like find themselves in that point where it's like be like critical? Yeah. What are most things that cause that when it comes to mental health?
Well, for different people, it can be caused by, death at home.
Yeah.
Just those minor basic things like that. It's life, but then other people, go through difficult mental health issues because of that. Sometimes it's some scenarios of failure in your life. If you fail at something, you kind of like beat yourself up for it, and then your mental health just drops from self-introspection, and self-esteem just goes south. Everything just goes south in general.
Yeah.
So yeah, going through a phase in your life that did not actually sit well with you can literally cost you like bad mental health issues.
Like shooting your shot, then you get rejected, ne?
That could happen. Like it depends on how strong your mental mental state is. Yeah.
Yeah, it happens because I know few numbers of people who got rejected and took a rope. They went home.
It can go there definitely.
But why? There are some people who go to the very same stages, but they don't do such.
They don't do such things. Like I said, it ranges between how strong you are intellectually and emotionally, how strong you are. Yeah, we are different people. We go through different things, and we get affected differently. So yeah, otakumaku, it's a thing that getting rejected was just too hard. You're the girl, and
too much.
Yeah.
I invested a lot.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, so, okay, let me say, I want to be strong.
Yeah.
I want to improve my mental health. How do I do that?
Well, self-affirmations.
Yeah.
Really, really help, and doing the things that you like most of the time. That actually releases this hormone in you that just gives you drive to keep on going. It gives you drive to like walk through whatever challenge that you actually go through. Exercising, definitely. No, most people really undermine the exercise part. Exercising is not all about, let me get muscles, let me get my body. No, it's not about that. It's mostly very effective when it comes to your mental health, because you get your muscles up and running and your brain is like responding. You'll be happier. Trust me, you are.
Yeah, exactly. So if I wanted support, I'm having like bad mental health. How do I get support?
You reach out. One thing about men, they don't talk. They
Yeah.
literally do not talk. The first thing that a guy needs to do when they're like going through it is actually reaching out. You are not being weak when you reach out. You're actually being human about your situation, and actually you trying to find ways to deal with it it shows how of a man you are, because you're not scared to reach out to something even though you're like really, really nervous about it. Yeah.
So would you say but mental health is also like it's similar to trauma.
Yeah, mental health is caused by trauma.
Yeah.
Like I said, if you go through certain type of trauma, depending on how strong you are or how weak you are in mental health states, yeah, you can say it's similar to trauma.
Oh,
Definitely.
okay. So since you started your campaign, what are the what are your experiences, or what are the things you have faced lately since you started your campaign?
With the guys that I have right
Exactly.
now. Some of them are really difficult to crack.
Yeah.
Definitely very difficult to crack. I got reviews from some of them. They're like really happy that I opened this space because they were searching
Yeah.
for a place where they can actually vent out their emotions freely without being judged, without being criticized or anything. So mostly I get them talking. I
Yeah.
get them to talk because it's really hard to like, okay guys, here's a platform, now start talking. It doesn't work like that with men. I feel like I get to work really hard to get to try to get to that spot where they speak out. So recently I just had like my first men's conference. I hosted
Yeah.
it. I actually had like a circle where they just got to interact. They held a pillow. They got to talk about why they don't speak out, why they do this, why they don't do that, and they kind of like bonded with one another and got to read them
Yeah.
like, hey, I went through that, and then they got to come up with solutions with one another, which is something that is good because that is actually what I wanted. And they got comfortable with each other. Right now, they can literally post on the group chat. They'll be like, I'm going through it,
Yeah.
y'all help me. And then others be popping, I'm like, you do this, you do that. And then everybody's nah, and life goes on.
Hey, bros are going through it, man.
Yeah. Definitely.
Bros are going through it. So, can you tell me about challenging experiences you have had with the patient and you overcame it? Like critically, explain how it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've only had that scenario once.
Yeah.
Definitely once. Um, this one was difficult. Like I said, some of them are really, really difficult. But I managed to crack this one. He was going through a very bad state, and at that moment, he's speaking,
Yeah.
but he's not taking the advices that are actually
Yeah.
given to him, which is
Yeah.
really, really hard because you can't help somebody who's not taking help.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I had to like literally sit down privately with him. Since he's so far away, I had to literally call him and be like, this is what you need to do, or else we're gonna lose you.
Yeah.
Definitely, because I see a lot of people dying, which is scary
Yeah.
in general.
Too much.
Yeah. And I got to like talk to him and be like, you need to do this. I can't really need to go in details because it's like a private issue.
Like,
and all
explain it. I think you're not mentioning names. Explain like the things. There are some people don't believe.
that. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, it was caused by Fela. Once upon a time in his life, he failed to do something.
Yeah.
And
What is this something?
something, not able to achieve your goal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely not able to achieve your goal, and you were like being criticized. Your friends are way forward in life, and you feel like they're better off, and I'm here. That state can be very, very depressing because you feel like you're not progressing, you're not being productive with your life and everything like that. So you feel like your life is at stop and yeah, that's how he felt. So I got to like talk to him and be like, that's not your fault.
Yeah.
It's not your fault that they are there. But the only thing that you can do is change what you are going to do in the near future. You can't literally focus on your past because it already happened, right? So if you move on and try to fix what is coming, that is something. At least that is something. So not receiving help is not a solution to whatever problem that you might be having. So you must actually adjust to whatever that you're going through. You must take in the help. You must like go in with the process and everything, and you'll be fine.
Oh, okay.
That's one of the challenges that I actually
So do you think taking substances help, like alcohol, smoking weed,
no.
tobacco?
No.
Why no?
Definitely no. Okay, I'm a non-smoker, so I don't know what you'll go through in that
What do you
whole
mean,
thing.
y'all?
Okay, my bad. Okay,
Yeah.
I don't smoke. I don't know what smokers actually experience once
Yeah.
they are under the influence, everything like that. But I don't feel like your problems go away by just smoking, because you're
Yeah.
literally not doing something that is gonna change your situation by smoking. It's
Yeah.
a temporary thing, I could say. It's not something that you could say, okay, I'm smoking tomorrow, the problems will be gone tomorrow.
No, yeah.
You know. So I don't feel like it's helping. If you're
Yeah.
not doing something to change a situation,
Yeah.
it's still gonna be there.
But there's that thing your age today. I'm not feeling well. I had a lot. Let me just grab tunyana. Maybe I'll be fine later. Don't you think it
Ah,
works?
ah, like I said, it's temporary. If you want a
Yeah.
permanent thing, you gotta do something about it.
So yeah, I have to speak out if it's like that.
You have to work on it. It's not just speaking out. It's a whole process. It's speaking up, finding ways to deal with the problem, take action, and then you're on the right road.
That's scary for me.
But
But definitely you have to do it.
yeah.
So okay, let me just get out of the road for just quick seconds.
Okay.
Do you think in the maybe far future,
Mm.
50 years later, 100 years later,
Mm-hmm.
the number of marriages will increase or decrease?
Well, if men are in a proper mental health state,
Yeah.
it will increase. But if we still have men who are stuck to the past generational norms,
Yeah.
it's definitely gonna go south in the weirdest way.
I wonder how it feels, man.
Yeah,
I wonder how it feels.
it'll be really scary. Trust
Yeah.
me, it's something that is bad, because women will be scared to get married to men, because obviously they're gonna have that mindset of like, okay, I'm gonna get married. This guy's
Yeah.
gonna hit me one day.
Yeah.
He's probably gonna kill me. So
Yeah.
I'd rather
Yeah.
get
You know,
sperm donors, get pregnant, get
you
kids
know
by myself.
the reason, yeah. The reason I'm saying this, ne,
Yeah,
we are coming from that past where we used to, when you are wearing a ring,
yeah,
you used to say something.
mm,
Lately,
Mhm.
you wear a ring
yeah.
to show how much you have or the flex you
Wow.
have.
Okay.
That's why you can find like people wearing more than 4 to 5 rings. So I'm saying that because now it doesn't like it seems like it doesn't have a meaning anymore. Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. That's why I'm asking you that question.
Mm, it's a good one. It is a good one. I feel like I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Literally not sure. Our generation is really free spirited
Yeah.
in general. So it will just depend
Yeah.
on how many people want to get married. But
Yeah.
already many people don't want to get married. So
Do you want to get married?
yeah, I do, obviously.
Why?
It's a thing about a woman. Every woman wants to get married. Trust me, every woman wants to get married. They may hide it as much as they can, but one point in their life they really want to get married. Tell me there are women out there who are at least 40, 35. They go around dating. If they're not married, they go around dating. A mother with kids,
Yeah.
they leave home, they go out, stay with a boyfriend. It's something that you wanna be next to a male. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know why God did this, but
Yeah.
it's a thing.
But it's so bad because most of them they are going for Bentens.
Exactly.
What's your comment on that?
I feel like it's a bad idea. It is a bad idea. First of all, it's embarrassing to your kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is very embarrassing to your kids. I feel like a woman in general must have integrity and have pride.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're dating Bentons, sorry, my bad. If you're dating Bentons, hey, women, I don't know.
Say it.
I don't know, really. I don't feel like it's a good look
Yeah.
for a woman.
Yeah.
Myself, I wouldn't try it. I wouldn't definitely try it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Let's go back to mental health. Then.
Okay.
So, if I'm going through the phase
Mm.
myself, how do I know I need help?
How do you know you need help?
Since most of men don't seek help, and it shows that some of them are not recognizing it, that it is like you need the help. So how do I know I need the help?
Well, you get symptoms in generally when your mental health is not in a good state. You get symptoms. You just feel offish a lot of
Yeah.
times. You get like really bad mood swings.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in general, you like being isolated.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can just like handle people in general. When you have like those things all mixed up together, you sometimes feel like crying.
Yeah.
When you're all by yourself, you like dark spaces for some reason. Sad music all the way.
Great.
Yeah,
Also, sad music is also the symptom.
one of them. It's like combined
Yeah.
all together.
But what if I like like low music? Because
Low
low music
music.
is like it's sad.
Like I said, it's all combined together. It's not just like one
Yeah.
individual thing, because some people naturally they don't like being around people.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you know yourself, you are a very open person, socializing person,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden you can't stand being all social and in open to people. It raises very good hazards and alerts. So yeah, I guess that's one of the symptoms. And another thing I could say is that you often feel bad
Oh.
about yourself.
Oh.
Yeah. So those things all together, they're just like, you know what, man? I think it's time I get help.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, do you think cheating is also some symptom of bad mental health?
Uh, okay. Cheating.
Exactly.
Ooh. Yeah. Not 100%.
How many percent?
Because I don't know what makes a person cheat, first of all,
Yeah.
is the question.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other people like have multiple relationships for their own personal reasons, not because of mental health. But other people are just looking for, enough comfort zones.
Yeah.
Yeah, to just hide away from their natural, or probably let me just say what they're experiencing at that moment. So they find multiple relationships just to make them feel good about
Yes.
themselves.
Yeah, but some other traditions,
Mm.
multiple relationships doesn't mean you're cheating.
That's if you're married.
E.g., let's say Zulu,
Yeah.
they call it stem.
Mm.
So, what's your comment on that?
Well, Zulu is, like you said, it's a stem, right?
Exactly.
They marry the women. When are
Yeah.
you dating the
Yeah.
women? Multiply.
But what's the difference?
There is a difference. when you date, it's very
Yeah.
different from when you're married.
Yeah.
Definitely. So if you have a wife or multiple wives and you're married to them, it's more like your family knows, your other wife knows and approves of it. And when you're dating, obviously you're hiding the other chick, right?
Exactly.
Which is very secretive, and it's something really bad because you're lying to your partner.
Exactly.
And I don't know that.
Great. Let's take a break.
3 secret websites for solo business owners. Article.audio, easily turn your text or articles into high-quality audio to create engaging content for social media. Photo.com/features/backgrounds, easily remove and change the image background for free with no editing skills. Weebly.com, create your online store and website for free by dragging and dropping on ready-made themes.
So, since I heard you mention about Miss Teen South Africa, can you please tell me something about it?
So, Miss Teenager South Africa is one of the biggest pageants in South Africa in generally. It's more like Miss South Africa,
Yeah.
but in the teenage side.
Oh, yeah.
So, it is a pageant which actually works on young girls and empowering young girls to be the greatest as
Yeah.
they could be. It actually gives them a platform to advertise their work ethic, what they
Yeah.
stand for as a human being, and actually puts it out there for the whole South Africa to be. So the Miss Teenager South Africa is actually an ambassador for all the young people, all the youth of South
Yeah.
Africa in general. So that's what Miss Teenager South Africa really stands for.
So, how many years have you been in this game?
Pageantry.
Yeah, pageantry.
I'm very new to pageantry.
Yeah.
I think it's 3 years.
Yeah.
Other people,
Ibo.
other
3 years, very new.
it's very new.
Come
Trust
on,
me.
3 years is a
True.
lot.
Trust me, it is. A
Yeah.
lot of people, like the people that I meet in pageants,
Yeah.
they'll tell you I've been in this game ever since I was 7. ever since I was like 10. And I
Yeah.
started pageantry when I was in grade 10. And it started with my school pageant. That was my first ever pageant, which luckily I won. And then my second pageant is the one that I recently came from. It's Miss Remarkable South Africa. That was my second pageant ever. And that was like the biggest pageant. I actually thought it was like a small thing, but when I got there, I was like, this is big.
You saw different things.
From different I saw different things, and there were girls from different provinces, and I was like, okay. I was really nervous about it, and I'm really glad I actually won the third princess title, which was really great. And I was like, okay, we're in this. I feel like, okay, let's accelerate nyana.
With only 3 years.
With only 3 years of experience. So the only pageants that I've entered is my school pageant, Miss Remarkable, and Miss First Rate Vision, which was held in December. This one I took first prize. It was actually held in Seshego. It's a local pageant, definitely. So it was really fun. So I was like, you know what, let me accelerate a bit. Let me challenge myself a bit, and let me go like join Miss Teenager South Africa and kind of like be exposed to greater things, because I want to be something great. Let me accelerate to something greater. Yeah.
So how hard or how simple is it to join or become a Miss Pageant or something like that?
It's very easy, actually. Way easier than people think. It starts with you searching for pageants, and it's not really hard to search for pageants. They're really out there. And you just have to make sure that they're legit, because some others are like fraud. So you need to do a very good background check. And another thing, you have to make sure you have your walks ready. You must be good at very being spot on questioned, I should say. You must be a fast thinker, and yeah, that's just how easy it is. And you must actually be able to reach out to people, because financially we are all not stable. So you must be able to reach out to people, ask for help. You must never be scared to literally ask for help, because recently it's no longer those votes you can be like, okay, SMS this, SMS that. They literally want EFT votings, which you need to take out money and stuff like that. So yeah, that's how it works.
So what are the experiences since you have started? What have you encountered since you have become a model?
In the negative or positive?
Both ways.
Well, the positive ways about me, it has improved me in general. I've always been that girl who seeks attention most of the time. You know, I was always that girl. I was always that person. And I feel like pageantry was like an open space for me to get that attention on stage. And and another thing is that it built my personality in general. Way disciplined that I ever was. More work ethic than I ever was, because it drives you intellectually, and it just builds your mindset to a positive way. Well, the negatives, like I said, financially it's really draining. Very, very draining. And most of the time you have to contact people left, right, and center to prepare for a pageant. And you have to try to make sure you don't disappoint those people, because it's their money.
Exactly.
And I feel like that's the negative thing about pageants. You know, you have to be spot on all the time, and you just try to just, you know, gather up enough cash to just make it to the pageant and actually get an opportunity to compete.
So what character should you be if you want to be a model? Like, what kind of a woman?
What kind of a woman? Well, I don't think it has a specific character. Not anymore. Olden days, you had to be tall, you had to be skinny, you had to be pretty, but now
You have to be dark.
In general, now they allow short girls, they allow chubby girls, they allow whatever personality that you got. It's just open to that. And I feel like we have migrated as a modeling industry to being something that is open to everybody and not silencing anyone.
Since you mentioned the titles, how many titles do you have?
I have 3 titles.
3 titles. And
Yeah.
you started 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So you see where it's going.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. So what are your goals?
My goals in pageantry. I want to teach people about entrepreneurship. That's one thing that is very sidelined in most cases. Our youth in general is actually, I don't know, their mindset is set on going to school, get a job, and then work, and then die.
Exactly, there's no other way.
Which I just want to break that cycle. You can be more than just that. And I feel like entrepreneurship just offers that platform of a person being, more than that. You can open your own business, make your own money, be your own boss. That's something that I want to achieve, and I don't want to achieve it alone. I want to achieve it with many more youth in South Africa, which will improve the economy of South Africa in general. So that is something that I literally want for the youth in South Africa to actually branch on. So yeah, I'm using pageantry to actually gain that platform for my voice to be heard.
Oh yeah. So in short, you want the youth to have a side hustle.
Definitely. I feel like having a side hustle, it will help people to gain independency. Mama, come at 350. Mama, it's straining. Honestly, it is straining. And other kids, it's hard for them to ask for their parents. And if they had that mindset that, you know what, I can get a 350 in a week on my own if I start something. And a lot of people don't have that. A lot of people don't have that mindset. And if somebody just can, hey, you can literally do this and that and that, I feel like it'll give them an opportunity to do it.
Oh yeah. So what can you advise someone who wants to become a model?
A model.
Yeah.
Well, one thing I can tell you, be ready for whatever that's coming to you, and whatever that's coming to you is actually pressure. Pressure to always be the best at what you do. You have to always improve your walk. You have to always improve your talking ability. And I feel like it's not a bad thing, for something to be great, you have to experience something. So if you wanna be a model, it starts by thinking about it and implementing it. Just go for it. That's what I can say.
I know. Thank you. You heard it. I guess it's them rapper. Is there anything you wanna leave a message for some people, like a shout out to people at home, those who are helping you?
I want to shout out to Shimindon, our Miss Remarkable South Africa. She has been a very good help in preparing for this podcast and my MTSA journey in general. So shout out to her. And another person, shout out to my little sister Carissa and my brother Tando. Yes, Vors. So yeah, those are the people who got my back, and yeah, I feel like having them in my life is just great in general. And another thing, Minka Almarie in general.
One of our own.
One of your own. I just want to say thank you, and thank you for having me. Always. Yeah, definitely. So yeah.
I know. Thank you. It's them rep. We out. Don't forget to like and hit the notification button. We gone. One.